Okay, so apparently this is the start of the game. So I'm doing this playthrough because one of my friends really recommended this game, like really strongly recommended it, so I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. What do I press? Um, Triangle, circle, start, options, options. What does that do? Okay, that's interesting. What do I do? New game? Um, okay. What remains? I keep confusing the title. What remains? What became? What became of Edith Finch? I guess it could be the same thing. Oh, flowers. Alright, how do I interact with this? R1. Got it. Oh.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Oh, I'm controlling. I thought it was a scene.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
What are the controls? L1 zoom, L2 zoom, triangle brings up this, family tree. Who am I? Who's the girl? Nice music. Edith. Wait, am I Edith? Okay, circle, nothing. X, up, down, left, right. R3, L3, nothing. That's it. There's got to be a run button or something. No. Has it got options? Okay. Let's walk.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Wow. What a place to live. What's this?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Is that it? Can I take them? So, I have a viewer. Let's see who it is. Oh hey, Sasuke's, who I call Sasuke. How's it going, man?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Okay, so her brother died. Oh, that's cool. All the words just fell off. Good to hear, man. I'm just playing Edith Finch because one of my friends said it was a really cool experience game, so I like these sort of things, going in blind.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Okay, your brother died, your mom died.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Bring you back from where? paths here. Finches. Doesn't say which way. Let's go down. I'm gonna get lost here, I think. Hey, this reminds me of the place I went to a few months ago. Not that way then. Did I come up? I came from up there. Okay.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Oh wow.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
The whole family dead. Okay, I'm easily gonna get lost here and I don't think there's a map.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
X-Coon's video, I saw the one where he was watching the horror anime stuff, which was hilarious. But yeah, I agree with some of that. I don't think I'd watch most of those. No time. I only slotted this in because I thought it's a Sunday night. It's one of those days where I just want a bit of an escape, and thought it fits.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Ooh. Ominous. Really? Really? Didn't know I could
Crawling
do
through
that.
the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I didn't mean to do that. I guess that's the only way you're supposed to get in anyway. I can't get out now. Nope. I guess that's the way I was supposed to come in.
The night we left.
The night you left. She's got the front door key, right? She must have. So I think so far she got on a ferry to come to her old house to find something.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
What's up, up, down, down? Is that like a cheat code for something? Okay, Dawn, Edith. So I guess that's me. Lewis Finch. He died. Great grandson to Eddie. Edie. Eddie.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Konami code. I'm not sure. I mean, that code sounds familiar. The one I always remember is down or up LYB. See if you can guess that one. Down or up LYB.
Or how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
That's a lot of fish.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
No worries, man. You take your time.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Argument, maybe?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Edie. So I guess that wasn't her mum's mum. It's probably her dad's mum. Who would live here? You know how haunted this would be at night. I mean, it's beautiful, but damn.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Oh wow. I wonder if there's an underground house that we start to explore at some point. Labyrinths. Shit. I bet there is as well. It's gonna be scary. Oh my god, when it gets dark I'm gonna freak out. Shouldn't be playing this at night. I hate these first person games. Well, I love them really, but I hate them for that reason. Ooh, rotate.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Who's Barbara? Barbara Finch. It's quite an old photo. So... downstairs.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
floorboard. This sounds freaky. I'm wearing headphones so I can hear. This is so odd. Even though it's just left and right ears, the surround works really well. I can hear the wind behind me and all sorts.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Milton? Wait, so there's Lewis and Milton. What the hell's going on? Milton's missing. Lewis died.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
That looks pretty solidly sealed. Upstairs. Grandparent chair. Books. How odd.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Edie, your grandmother, drilled peepholes. Why? This house is sick though. Don't know about the furniture. Perfect excuse for all the doors to be locked. Oh, people.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Molly. Who's Molly? This whole people stuff just adds some more flippin' freakery to these games. Why is this open?
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
That's freaky.
I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
What?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Not yet, it's not. Forget that. Let's go have a look at the rest of the locked doors.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Barbara. Yes, me. I thought I'd try this out, since you're so behind on Final Fantasy, so I got time to chill. Watch some Netflix and then put this on for a couple of hours. Barbara to 1960. Wait, so she only lived for 16 years? Level 65, not bad.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Odin! Her dad's called Odin. Are you for real? Epic. Okay, this is really weird. How am I able to climb this? Maybe I'm not. Maybe there's a step here. Another floor.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
I'm trying to understand this family tree, hang on. So you've got Odin, there you go, right at the bottom, who's Edie's father. So you've got years there, that's pretty cool. Okay, so 18. Hang on, let me get closer because I need to try and make sense of this. Too many names flying around. So Odin looks like the oldest family member. 1880 to 1937. 1917 to 2010, so I guess Edith, yeah, Edith is his daughter. Then there's two branches. So Edith had two kids, Walter and Sam. Walter had no kids, but died in 2005. Sam had one. Wait, did she have one, two, three kids? Let me work this out because there's no branches. Sven. Hang on, so Sam must have had Calvin. I guess Calvin maybe married Sven? I don't know. That's what the leaf is, from a different family. Barbara and Molly were then... Is that right? This doesn't make sense. No, that's not right. So, looking at the years, Sam was born in 1950, Molly was born in 1937, so I guess it's 5. 1, 2, 3. I don't know, that's really weird. Doesn't make sense. Does that make sense to anyone else? I don't know what it's about. It's just I just dived in really, but it's about somebody called Edith Finch and what remains of her apparently. She's just gone home and she's telling me a story in bits as I see things. Empty house, looks like her family's dead, or most or all of it, and it's a really old house. It's supposed to be like a 2.5 hour game sort of thing, depending on how long you spend. Don't worry about the tree. Yeah, I know man, but I like mysteries. Let me see, okay. Yeah, it's like there was a game called Gone Home on PS Plus for free. But, I mean, it was decent, but it ended up just being a bit of a weird, long way of showing something that, just a bit of a spoiler, but I'm not going to say it. But just showing something about a certain person, and you kind of thought the game was going to go a different direction, but it didn't. And it wasn't as good because of it. Milton, Edith. So Edith is me, I guess. 1999. Then there's Milton, Lewis, Sanjay. Okay, let's worry about that later. Barbara Finch. Hang on, let me just check. Barbara is... She's over there on the left.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Because she's famous. Okay. These guys got so many books. Okay. Shall we, whose door is this? Molly. Molly. Where's Molly? Okay, oh, Molly's on the left. So Barbara and Molly were probably sisters. Calvin, Sam, Walter. Let's go. So let's crawl into that room. This is Molly's room, I think. Is it? Oh, it's behind. I think it is.
maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, one sec. Someone's cast something to my TV by accident.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Your brother Milton.
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
This is Molly's room.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
You and me both.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
That's so cool.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Someone likes
Being
fish.
inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
So her mom has given her this key. Dawn, I guess, maybe? But she's died. Why would you come all the way back to historic family home? That was in the closet. What the hell? Yes, yes, ex-con. How you doing? Edith Finch. You played it? You should do Let's Plays like this, man. It's really weird. I have no idea what's going on. Edie and Sven. Edie, who's Sven? Oh, Sven there on the left. That leaf. Microscope. Can't do anything with that. It's my dude. My dude. That reminds me of that FF7 playthrough by Eurogamer. You should check it out. The name Cloud, my dude. Someone's really into fish.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Why would she seal the doors?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Okay, now I'm Molly. So this was years ago.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
I'm good. I'm just trying to understand what's been going on here. I'm not going out yet. Hey, fishy.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Edie and Sven. So even back then it said Edie and Sven, and this is Molly looking in her memories. So maybe they were her parents. Molly, yep. That's freaky. Oh, I love that. That's sick. So I'm looking over here. My eyes are obviously like set to a bit of light, and then I look over here and everything's black, and then it should slowly fade in as I walk in a bit. There. That's so cool. Okay, there's 2 doors. Let's try this one.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh my god. Munchies.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
It's late. Oh, okay, ensuite. Look how short I am. That's epic.
I kept eating and eating.
Okay, something's wrong with this girl. Yeah, she's probably turned zombie or something. Look at the detail. That's so cool.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Are they even real? Toothpaste. I know, that's what I'm saying. Something's definitely wrong with her.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
No,
It
you
was a
didn't.
barn swallow going back to her nest.
You didn't eat the bird.
I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Okay, something's freaky here. These are her stories that we're reading in her diary, so she's obviously made a load of crap up. Where do I go? Oh, R1, okay. R1.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Where do I go? Whose window is that?
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Oh, so her mum's in bed. And her dad's just standing there. You can hear the cat purring.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
This is so freaky.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Wow. Hang on, I'm flying. Where do I go?
Rabbits. face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
What the
Then
hell?
I flew off to find something bigger.
This girl's got issues.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What the hell is this game? I'm actually, that's me pressing L1 by the way. That's why it's twitching. Okay, what do I do now? Just flail around. I need to get into the water. That way, that way. There we go. Oh, nope. This is me legit waking up in the morning for work. Oh, oh.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Hello. Okay. What am I doing here? Oh, nope. Down goes down, up goes up. It's not inverted. Can I eat that thing?
I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This girl's nuts.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What the hell? Where? Am I a snake? Ugh. I'm like an octopus.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
This isn't gonna give me nightmares.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Uh-oh. I feel sorry for you, son. It's a really clever mechanic though.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Sorry, Captain. Yeah, tell me about it, man. This is a bit freaky.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
I think it's on discount at the moment. I got it for like £6.50 or something. If you're gonna play it, stop watching.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
I'm telling you, this girl's like some zombie or some kind of... She's got like some kind of virus in her, and she comes out of her toilet into her room. Ready? Is this her room? No. Yep. I bet it is.
I got closer and closer.
That's her bedroom. Where are we going? Where are we going?
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Or an imagination. Monster under the bed.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Edie being her mom. Okay, it's freaky.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
This is on PlayStation 4.
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Let's check the parents' bedroom out, if I can.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
So I guess she was ill. That's why her husband was stood over the bed.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Okay, so that's me. It's mad, is that this house? No. Doesn't look like it.
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
He set sail with his house. He took his house with him.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Hang on, so Odin's daughter Edie, which is my character's great-grandmother, and her husband Sven, the leaf guy, baby Molly, step ashore onto their new home, Orcas Island. Okay, so Molly was their baby. Wait, was that it? Let's try that quickly. Oh,
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
okay.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
That's it. Okay.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Edie and Sven. Somebody's interested in death and the hereafter. Wait, did he write it? He wrote the book. Okay, that's weird. He wrote another book, Joining the Great Majority. He's obsessed with death. Whoa, handprints.
Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
So this is what's the name? Edie's collection. Barbara, Molly, Calvin, Sam, Walter. Calvin, Sam, Walter. Dawn. Gus, Gregory. Lewis, Milton, Edith. Yeah, that's everyone. Handprints. CRT. Old school.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Okay then. That's not scary at all. It's under this house. What the hell is this? She's collecting. What are these? Bird, snake. Bird. Bird. Derpy.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Edie's got a bit of an imagination. Ouch. That's harsh.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
So you were named after your grandmother, Edith Jr.'s late trip. Conspiracy now, weird. America does something. Oh, the Finches. So there's a show, Weird America. Horror movies, random junk. My friend Bigfoot. Hats.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Someone likes pink. That's all flipping hell. It's not even carpet, it's like some furry stuff. What kind of mirror was that?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay. There we go. So, Molly, Barbara, Calvin, and Sam were probably brothers and sisters. Sam and Kay got together and they had kids. Dawn, Gus, Gregory. That's probably. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch. So it's all about a grandmother and a partner. A granddad.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Okay, that's this bathroom. He's pointing to something under the sink.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
I love these books. That is epic. Why can't my house be like that?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Sam is Sven's son. Hang on, if Edie's her great-grandmother, so I'm thinking her mum is Dawn. Yeah, if her mum's Dawn, then her grandmother is Kay, and her grandfather's Sam, and her great-grandmother is Edie. Calvin Finch. Couple turned land into native haven. Milton. Calvin's bedroom. Calvin is the other son. So Molly, we saw Molly's room, saw Edie's room, now it's Calvin's room. He likes space. Why is there a ribbon?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Calvin. Calvin and Sam were twins. What the hell? What is that? That's weird. What the hell? No, I'm not going to there, get out. Maybe in a minute. Who makes these houses? That is so cool, look at that. The guy's got like a bridge over his bed.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
And a den. Oh, that's epic.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch.
That's a
The
great
thing I
granddad.
remember is that
Oh,
when
granddad.
he made up his mind, that was it.
Haha, I'm doing that. Right analog stick. Left analog stick. Whoop shot. Whoosh. Okay, I'm gonna swing.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore he'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
You and me both.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
We've all tried this. This is epic.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Here we go.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I
No
doubt.
way. Is this how he died?
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Here it goes.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Wow. That was amazing.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar.
I got
When
chills.
I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Don't know why I got chills. Must be the headphones. Go back to where? To that room underneath. I missed your message. Charging my phone. I'm gonna go back to it anyway. I was just checking this out first. Oh yeah. Don't worry, bro. I'm used to going back and checking everything.
After the funeral,
RPGs.
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Edie ripped off, or roped off, after the funeral. What a way to die. So
Mom
preserved-
said grab the salmon listed at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
enlisted in the army, I guess. That's Calvin's half, this is Sam's half. This is her granddad's half of the room. No bridge. Nah, it's lame. I like Calvin's better. Honestly though, what the hell? Look how haunted this shit is. What the hell is this? Why would you do that to your room? What? Oh. No, I'm not crawling down there. I'll just say, try not to focus on the tree too much, believe me, it'll come. Oh, it kills the flow, okay, I won't. I'm just trying to get a feel for who the family are and who's who and how they're related. Sam's her granddad. Here we go. Let's go to that grumpy face over there.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Where does this go? Shortcut. Let's go back in. Barbara's room.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
So these are all her grandparents. Well, yeah. I'm gonna look at it again. Sorry, buddy. Molly, Barbara, Calvin. So we've seen all their rooms. These are Sam's siblings. I love how there's no dust anywhere. Bigfoot. So she was a little actress.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
So many books. And that's not gone off. So much creaking.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Somebody wrote this after she died.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
That's twisted.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room.
Wow.
So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding.
I knew it. We're
until
going to the
finally
basement.
The key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him. Right on cue.
This guy sounds familiar. The Crypt Keeper.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Halloween. I'm actually playing. This is amazing. Oh wow. Shit. She's gonna die.
She found Rick's clutch and imagined the worst.
This is amazing. Upshot. Shoot. Yeah.
gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Okay. Feel bad for Barbara now. So that's where her dad cut himself before he went to the hospital.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
I'm actually walking full speed now, but she's approaching really slow.
Oh dear! Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Little brother. Oh. This is so cool, man. Definitely worth it. That's Walter's room. But first, Molly's room. Nothing. Can't go that way. Okay, Walter.
Walter, are you there? Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Behind me.
I returned, saw the Hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Why would you keep stuff like that? It's freaky as hell.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Molly's room. Out the window.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
So I guess I'll come out behind him, maybe?
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grown.
Yo! Yes.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Where the hell's Walter? Why are you creeping down? This is when you run and you finish him off. Let's give him enough time to get up, shall we? There we go.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
I love this. This is amazing.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And
Boyfriend.
little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
That's amazing. It reminds me of the Crypt Keeper, Tales from the Crypt. Don't know if you've ever seen it. What a read.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Wow. That was ace. Where should we go now? I don't think any of the other stories are going to top that, because it's just really original. Should have doll as well. Okay, where should I go from here? Music box, basement. I bet.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh, is that loading? I didn't check this door. Whose door is this?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
That's not scary at all. It's getting dark now. I don't like this. Where are the light switches?
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
I know I'm not going the right way, but I want the light switch. Where's the light switch? This is too freaky, man. Oh man, I swear I know it's gonna end when everything's darkened from next level, so it's gonna happen. enjoy the view one last time before I get killed somewhere. I need a weapon. Fuck you. Tables full.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Another tennis shot. Sven. This is great granddad's place. Sven. Yeah. It's kept really well.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Why?
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
What the hell? Can't see anything. And oh my god, I hate this. Why? Why you do this to me?
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
That's why I don't play Resident Evil anymore. Walter. My granddad Walter. Sam's brother.
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Through here? Cereal. Okay, you're just storing some food then. That's not
If there's
too
a
bad.
pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Here's Walter's story.
Goodbye, everyone. I
Okay.
can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
That voice is a lot deeper than I thought. 30 years!
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
My god.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
So Walter ran into the basement and what, his grandmother was feeding him?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
What monster on the other side of the door?
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
It sounded like an earthquake.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
What's he
I
waiting
have
for?
to leave. Well, I still can.
30 years. So he came down here, what, after he saw his sister get murdered or something? And stayed here. Why? Who's bringing him clothes? So his grandmother used to... Not his grandmother, his mother, who was Edie, my character's grandmother, great-grandmother, used to come down here and sneak him stuff. So she knew he was down here. But why was he down here? Under the house. What was he hiding from? More storage.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara.
Whoa. The guy with the hook.
And Molly.
Molly as well. Wait, did that same serial killer dude in the comic kill Molly then?
And
Serial.
Calvin.
Calvin as well. 3 of them died that night. Molly, Barbara, Calvin. So this is Walter at the end. Sam when Walter survived, I guess.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day. Even if it kills me.
He sounds surprisingly mature for a guy who's been living in a room for 30 years.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left.
A year? What does that mean?
Or a month. Or a single week.
Ah, okay.
I'd be happy with one new day.
Maybe he's just tired of his
I
life.
can already imagine the sun on my face.
Did you just get hit by a train? Did he... Dude, really? 30 years being tied up, or stuck in a flipping hole, and then...
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
That's flipping scary. Can you imagine, like, an old uncle somewhere living in your house, in your basement somewhere, and you don't even know? Get childhood flashbacks of people I knew who had houses where they had grandparents and stuff, and they're kind of in some obscure room somewhere. So he lived from 1952 to 2005. So he was alive for 53 years. So he must have gone down the hole when he was about 20. Roughly 2005. Yeah, 23. That's weird. I'm reading that right, aren't I? 1952, yeah. Okay. And then got hit by a train.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Why? So basically he lost the plot. There we go. So he is 50 something. So he lost the plot after seeing 3 of his siblings die. And instead of taking him for help, they thought, let's just lock him away in the basement. Oh, you're still watching? Can I go down? How do I go down? Come on. R1. interact. Oh, there. That's all I had to walk away and walk back.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
You watching? Proper freaky game, isn't it? Why did you end up like Walter? Because your brother died
But
too.
if she never told me about an uncle under the house,
What else is she hiding?
I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
I knew it. So, Edith's siblings Milton and Lewis. Lewis died, and so did Milton. So that's where the similarity is, I guess. She's like her grandfather, Sam.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Fly.
Trying to
Yeah.
bury something that's still alive.
Don't get hit by a train.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two,
Two. Maybe two. Interesting.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
She's
I
brave.
found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
Why?
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oh, there is that. What do they call that? Self-fulfilling prophecy. So that's like a memorial for Walter. That's harsh, man. Tell me that's not a train. Did you... Is that a train? Hope not. Looks kind of like a boat. But if that's a train, that's pretty harsh. Mine got run over by a train as well. Wow. Screenshot. Do I know the character called Nick Gers? No, I don't. Okay, now we're in the forest again.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Do you know what? It's a really nice scenery. Taking a picture. There. And there. And there. Yeah, I took about 4 screenshots as well. Oh, I'm gonna fall off. Do you know what they say about coastal areas? They're quite, obviously
Maybe
they're
it'd be
really...
better if all this just died with me.
Okay, that's freaky. They're really beautiful, but at night time. People say they're haunted and everything else, but they say that jinn prefer coastal areas. It's quite scary. So we got that in common. Smart lighting, look at that.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Hang on. She's telling a story for somebody. Don't do it. Who's she telling a story for?
And the history you're a part of.
She's gonna do it.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
No, X-Coon, I'm on to your crap.
I think the
Fix
people
up.
in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Okay, up those stairs. I knew this game was gonna end at night time. She climbs the stairs like a spaz. Look. One step is like... Hey, keep it clean.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
That does look like a scary house though.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
That's sad.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Wow.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Oh, these are those pets from
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Edie's room. But she had more then.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly. Calvin. Grandpa, Grandma. Great-grandpa, great-grandma. Walter. That's basically all their generation except for Sam. All their family. Including Barbara.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Look at that. Wow.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
What is that? Would I press R1? No. Oops. Left stick up.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Oh wow, that's the house that got demolished. Is that all there is?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
As opposed to whose side?
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Ah, right. So, mum and a great grandmom.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
There's her granddad Sam. Gus and Gregory Finch. Wow. So throughout all these generations, only one of them is surviving? Something happened to Gregory and Gus as well. Sam must have died of natural causes. No? Yeah? Actually, no. What the hell? Born in 1950, died in 83. Was he in the war, maybe? What war? He was 33 years old. Gregory... Wow. Gregory lasted 1 year. If that. 1 and a bit. Maybe 2, nearly 2. Gus was 13 when he died.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton. Lewis Milton. Sanjay is... Okay, so Sanjay's her dad. Yeah, Sanjay's Edith's dad. Dawn's her mom. Sanjay Kumar. Lewis Finch. 12 years old.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Is that Milton over there? Is that supposed to be Milton? That can't be Milton. It's too old. That's Odin. What are they scared of?
ask my mom now.
So
Part
Dawn
of me
died.
thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
So Dawn died as well. So she's the last. She's the last surviving person. Or is there somewhere else?
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Whoa. So she's had a baby as well. See, you know what? You say that, yeah? Like, she's still pregnant. But I thought she was just a little bit chubby, and it was the angle. It's a bit weird. I mean, she never would have come when she's 22 weeks pregnant, but she's happy to come when she's flipping 8 months. And jump around like a ninja. Fix up. Priorities, man.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Like grandpa and her mom. She said I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. So to me that sounds like she's not 22 weeks pregnant anymore. I don't know, it's weird. Uncle Sam.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Well, Grandpa Sam. Uncle Sam's the good old US of A. Whoa, 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 we're not going in there yet. Nope, get out, get out, get out, get out. Back in there. What the hell's with these secret compartments, man? 1950 to 1983. That guy does not look 33. Flippin' bushy mustache makes him look older.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Whoa. Oh, this is his room. The, wait. Sealed off. This can't be the one that's downstairs, can it? Because when I looked through it, I saw books. Taxidermy. This girl's brave being in this house all alone, man. I would have chipped. Not gonna lie. Undead Wolfie is one of my close friends from Bradford. X-Coon's my cousin, by the way. Well, nephew. Famous YouTuber.
Dawn, I promise. you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Sam Finch. Man's got his own gun. Oh, nope.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
That's a
Just
really
want
bad
to get a
picture.
shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
I'm over here, Dad.
Just need to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can hit the road.
Okay.
What?
Perfect.
It's
That's
gonna
her
rain
mom.
the whole weekend, isn't it?
I like the way they've done this. Every character's got a different one. Different
Please just
style.
take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Yeah, Excun language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Wolfie, I can tell why you love this. The wide angle.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Google Pixel can't do this. But it's probably clearer. A little bit. What am I looking for? Oh, hello.
Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready.
Do I have to? It's messed up, man. Leave the deer alone.
Great shot, Don.
That's messed up.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Oh wait, I'm controlling the dad now. That's weird.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Okay. Oh right, okay, so I take a picture there and then I run. That's jokes.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Whoa. That's where Sam dies. Dumbass, says you're right.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Oh, not dad, sorry, granddad. Whoa. How did Dawn, well, yeah, Dawn, Gus and Gregory die then? Wait, I don't have a bedtime. Stream as long as I want. Part of the reason oh look, he's called Sam. Coincidence. Exclude. So yeah, I was gonna just record and then upload later, but PS4's got an hour recording limit, and then I'd have to use Share Factory and use local storage space and all that sort of stuff. It's long. Okay, now should we go into that? Oh, what's all this? Let's go into this dark room, shall we? Ready meals, army rations. Rations. Should take some of those.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Yeah, Edie lost all of her kids. All of them. What the hell? Finch control. Gregory's room. Why don't these rooms have normal doors? Sealed shut. Another one. Oh wait, it's Gregory, Dawn and Gus's room. Three of them together. Here's Gregory's story. Oh, hold on. Don't put it back, don't put it back, I was reading that. Divorce contract. Sam Finch.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Jin. No. Well, I'd say kids can see angels. This is so cool.
He saw things the rest of us don't.
This is amazing. Like the music stops and I'm not moving it. Then I move it and it's like, yeah. Wait, okay, hang on. Gregory, Sam's talking to Kay. Who's Kay? Oh yeah, his partner there, the little leaf, his wife. Epic. Oh wait, I'm controlling the frog. Look at this.
Turned over, Gregory. It's time to...
Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
This is so
Sam,
cool, man.
I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
What's that?
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
This is so cool. Skills. This is amazing. Oh wait, R1. Look at that.
Whatever it was he saw.
Oh, that's amazing. This is amazing. Whoa. Okay then.
It sure made him happy.
Madness. Whoa. Mate, this has to be some of the best gameplay I've had in a long time. This is like a Nintendo game.
Silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
No,
I know you did
I want to
everything
play.
you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Oh, no way.
Damn it.
No way.
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh no. Does he turn it back on and drown or something?
I wish he could have told us.
Oh man.
The world he saw.
Oh, that's messed up.
There's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too.
That's so sad.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Wow. That was good, man.
can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Gus. She wrote a
A
poem for
poem
Gus.
for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
I'm flying the kite.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Whose wedding is that? Stepmom. So Kay and her dad. Kay and... I think Kay and Sam. Yeah, so her mom's Dawn. So her granddad, Sam, and Kay got divorced. After that stuff happened with the baby, with Gregory. And I guess Sam was going to get remarried before he died. And this is Gus and Dawn who are left. More words.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Yes, Dad. That's harsh. Damn.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Damn.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
So Gus stayed outside in the storm. Took him away.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Oh.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Wow. Okay.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
She got strength, man, carrying herself up and her baby. It's pretty sad though, staying up here. These houses were built some next ways, man, honestly. Nope, no, 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 stop it. Nope, how do I go? Bible.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Sanjay. Basically her mom and dad.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Nor do you like this game, buddy. Edith Finch. It's a pretty nice bed though. Chilling.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Lonely grandmother. Great grandmother.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
We should do that. It's a good way to get to know people. I love the windows in this house. Damn, look at that view.
But it didn't last.
So hang on, Sam died after Gus, right? Yeah, a year after.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Milton's.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Disappeared. I bet he's still alive. Why did they seal up all the rooms, man? Look at this. Oh, can sneak in as well. So peaceful. Let's lock up all the doors tight with some like ultra powerful foam that nobody can get through, but let's just leave the windows open. This music's nice. Why didn't I have none of this stuff growing up, man? Look at this. Wow. My God, this is amazing. Imagine having your own one of these. Wow.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Wow. He didn't. This is it. I swear he didn't disappear. Something fishy happened there.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
2003. She was 4. Wow, it's been a while then. He's got to be around somewhere. And why would he even disappear?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Grief. What a sick room, though.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Whoa, Milton found something. Look at this house. Who designed this house, honestly? Crazy, man.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Lewis.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Let's go have a look.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Bio. That's what that's called. Shisha.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Oh yes, Lewis is a legend.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Diploma. Heavy smoker, mate. Physio ball, gamer. Not a very good one. Gamer keyboard, look, WASD, lit up. Different colour. That's a gamer right there.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh wow, playing a game on the left with my left analog stick and my right analog stick. I'm controlling his hand. This is what happens to me at work actually. I'm thinking about Final Fantasy 14 or something. Multitasking. Watch this.
I
I'll be able
asked
to
him
do
to
both at the same
describe
time.
it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
This is cool.
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
3D. Oh my god. You know what this is?
I worried about him then.
This game needs some serious recognition, man.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
This is the thing. Honestly, with factory work and stuff, I did. I worked in a factory and I worked in well, a number of factories actually. And I swear, the best way is just imagine something else. You send your head somewhere else and just do this. It's messed up, turning you into a machine. But that's life.
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Hey, doggy. I'm still controlling the hand, by the way. Right analog stick. Pretty cool. Okay, let's go look around.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play.
Do you know what? I know how this is going to end, I swear. He's going to chop his hand off. Because he's not going to be focused at his job. Oh, don't do it.
He talked about starting a band.
His imagination takes over his real life.
He was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
That's epic. Mario.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh shit, so he stayed at work?
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a...
Oh. Handsome queen, beautiful prince, what the hell? Okay.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for...
This is so cool.
Radiant rainbows.
Oh, crap.
He followed the sound of her
electric guitar. I think I messed up there because I hit the flipping rainbow. There's probably a trophy or something.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Agrabah.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
See, there we go.
The world was all in his imagination.
The game's taken over everything. You can no longer see reality anymore.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
A little door, the big door. Whoa. Okay, maybe not. Maybe something else happens.
He began to forget the world we know.
Game Boy. Wow.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Reminds me of MMORPGs. Get stuck in leveling up in game. Forget about leveling up in real life.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
That's him. Wow. Dude's lost it. Who am I then?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
No way. This is grim, man. The guy's on a flipping conveyor belt to be chopped. No, run that way.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Not good, not good, not good.
his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
That's a flipping guillotine.
Bend down his head.
Oh my god. That's a guillotine.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew
What the
him.
hell? That's grim.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So this is all for her baby. Family story. Let's go right to the top.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
That's harsh. So she left her grandma.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Where's Edie? Oh, we haven't seen Edie's picture yet, so we don't know what happened to Edie.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
It's crazy. Can you imagine this stayed this high? This high, like you just come out here and you just die. Need a wide angle here.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
This is her mum's room. Dawn. 90th birthday to Edie. Great grandma Edie. To teach, to learn, so she wrote some books as well. Evac specialist.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
There's nowhere else to go after this. What a room. Edith.
last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
I can move. Guess we try and listen on the argument, maybe.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
The curse.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Great-grandmother's book. Her gloves are so cool.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
Isn't that the kind of noise that Walter heard underneath the house?
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
Okay, I'm lost.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Wreckage.
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
I'm in the car now.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Gone where?
After that, we moved around a lot.
She died that night. Uncontrolled hand.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
Still controlling her hand. This is amazing.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while.
Man, I'm controlling the hand on the right.
And then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
Yeah, so Grandma died.
Until I found out about you.
Baby.
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Okay, this isn't what I think it is it? Okay.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
We're doing this.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you.
Coming out to
Tell
the
you all
world.
these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
How did she die? These are kid pictures of the developers. trophy. Gaston Gregory. Oh, okay, so I got the trophy called Everything Ends, which is finish all the stories, so apparently you were able to miss some. You didn't have to watch some more. The things I didn't do. A closer look. Look in all peepholes and telescopes long enough to hear Edith's commentary. Okay. Take both paths to the house, all roads. Catch 2 rabbits and with only 2 swoops. Great Owl, I think I did that one. Let him finish, let the drunken sailor finish his song when you're the monster. Clear the table, clear all the pool... Oh no, I was going to do that. Knock all the balls off the pool table. Knock all the letters off Gregory's name into the bathtub. I was trying to do that as well. Oh man, I was literally just having some fun. But what's going on there? The end. Play Calvin's story again. Loop de loop. That was a trophy. Why? What was interesting about Calvin's trophy? Or Calvin's story? Once you've finished all the stories, Story Select will be available. Simply go to the main menu and select Calvin's story and play through till the end. What's special about Calvin's?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
This is so cool.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Okay, that's supposed to give me a trophy.
After the funeral,
Oh, there it is.
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Okay.
Mom said grab the salmon listed at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
I'm not going to chase every trophy now anyway, but that was pretty good. I think that's everything by the looks of it. Finish all the stories, telescopes and stuff. Take both paths to the house. Yeah. All in all, I think it's a really cool game. I'm quite impressed. I read a brief comment about what it was on Wikipedia or something about it being about a bunch of short stories, but I didn't expect it to be told like this, and definitely a really good game. And if you've been watching this, then you've kind of spoiled the whole thing, but I'm glad I got to play it just like this. Definitely going to recommend it to a few people. But yeah, I'm going to sign off now. Thanks for sticking with it. Let's see what the last couple of comments were. What am I saying? You want my review? Bro, that was amazing. It's it really craps all over Gone Home. It's just the uniqueness of each individual story. Would have been nice to find out a little bit more about. I guess it feels like it was based on a real story in a way, because you don't get full explanations in life. But I mean, Milton disappeared. Don't know what happened to him. Don't know why Edith died. Some kind of illness maybe. And why Walter was locked up in the basement. So it could have been because of the earthquake stuff, but then maybe he's just scared of the monsters, being the guy with the hook who killed his 3 siblings. But then he's probably just went psychotic a little bit and just they kind of locked him up in the basement. With Milton, play the unfinished swan. Wait, what do you mean? The unfinished swan's Milton story? I'm confused. Wait, no, that's bullshit. Are you telling me that this game carries on, but from Milton's perspective in the unfinished swan? Or it's some kind of nod to Milton? No, I haven't. I'll have to add it to my discount list on PSN and see when it's available. Go play it. You're talking like I have it. How much is it on PSN? Oh, what the hell? Okay, so that means I can't go back and get the trophy for taking both paths to the house, I think, because I have to start a new game. And it'll raise my save data. Okay, I'll play it. I need a little while to digest what happened here. It's really good though. I mean, houses like that just don't exist though. They're built so oddly, like straight up. It's crazy. But even then, it's a wacky story. The way some of those guys died, man. It's pretty sad. Oh, where the comments gone? 1 second. I'm checking comments on my phone. Yeah, it's really good though. I like the storytelling. I like the fact that it's like mini games. So, for example, the story with the bathtub and all that sort of thing. It gets you engrossed in playing the mini games, but actually there's a pretty sad story there as well. And then there's the comic horror. That was one of my favourites, I think. And what was the other one that stuck out? Yeah, well, the fish one. That was pretty good. I swear the guy who does the voice for the comic sounds like the guy who does the Crypt Keeper stuff. I'm gonna look it up. In tears. Nah, man. It's harsh. I mean, like, I don't understand why you'd be in tears, to be honest. It was sad, but there wasn't anything at the end. If there was some kind of thing like, oh my god, like everyone died, and even the baby or something, then maybe. But you could see where it was going. It was about a story for the next generation. So it's not really a game full of that sort of sad feels, or those sort of sad feels. It's supposed to be a game that leads towards hope in it. Even without Mike though, I'm glad I used Mike, to be honest, because I'm only ever going to play this once, I think. And I like to be engrossed in a game, which is why there are some Final Fantasy games, for example, that I'd never stream with Mike, just because it's my thing in it. But I was engrossed in it. I was taking in all the little bits and stuff, and I kind of forgot I was streaming for the last half. Yeah. There were some parts in there that I got a little bit choked, because I thought, damn, kind of death that someone had. Like, Sam's is just a little bit comical though, like he just fell off. A deer hit him in the head. Shame. Karma. I think the saddest ones were Lewis and what was Gus's again? Well, the baby as well, that was really sad. I think the baby got me. What happened to Gus again? Oh, was that the... No, that wasn't the swing, that was Calvin. That was amazing as well, just the way it was told. Do you remember what happened to Gus? What's he holding? Oh yeah, the kite. So he got lost in the wind. Yeah. Lewis just, yeah, mental issues. I mean, the divorce papers, yeah, that was something that I noticed after a while. Because even though I read divorce papers when I saw it, it didn't properly register that Sam and Kay got divorced after Gregory's death. And then remarried someone. Who did he remarry? I don't know if it's even listed. Or did he remarry Kay? I don't know. Do you remember? So the way I saw it is Sam married Kay. Them two together had these 3 kids. Gregory died in the bathtub. He got divorced from Kay. He married someone else. Gus died in the wind. And then at some point Sam and Dawn went hunting. Sam died. And Dawn was left. Yeah, there you go then. So that's basically what happened. I bet you love the Sanjay stuff. Yeah, he didn't like the new stepmom. I caught that. Believe me, I caught all of that. I was listening to all of the story and stuff. That's why I didn't like talking over a lot of it. I've watched streams before where people talk over game story and it bugs me. I like that you can replay each story though. I think at some point I might even show some friends when they come over. Just check out one story and just have a look. If they say they're never going to play the game. But proper deep, man. Did a really good job on it. Good recommendation, man. I think I'm gonna sign off then. Yeah, thanks. There we go. We know what remains of Edith Finch, and that is her baby, her son. Didn't catch his name though. So indie game generation. Yeah, I have to say even the voice acting and the music was on point with this game. It was really good. Near's definitely happening. Not yet, but it is happening. Hopefully towards sort of December time. And I'm gonna buy it. There's no point borrowing that game. So get ready for the concert. Peace out.